Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Roots of Biology. In this channel, I teach biology for high school students, and also I started NEET previous year question paper revision, biology part, and also I gave some hints and also the syllabus pattern for NEET and anything. If you want to know about NEET, I'm going to revise in this channel. So this is my new breakdown. So along with my explanation for biology part for class 10 Cbse. So in our previous class, I was explaining you about the previous chapter, that is reproduction, right? So today I'm going to start with a new lesson, that is heredity and evolution. So it's a new concept. It's quite interesting concept. So what you're going to study in this? So before that, please do watch my videos, like, share and subscribe. Many of you not subscribed still. Suppose if you subscribe, it might be useful for your studies. Okay children, let us continue with the topic today. So what is heredity then? Hereditary and evolution, these are the very fundamental biological process. What is fundamental biological process that connect the continuity of a life? Am I right? For example, we have our parents, next is our generation, next is our kids generation, so it will continue, right? So hereditary describes the transmission of the trait or the characters from parent to the offspring or the baby. So while evolution refers to the gradual changes in the living organism over a time. So that is what we called as evolution. So these concepts are intertwined. So what happened, we can say, as a variation passed down through the hereditary or the raw material for evolution. So that's why they included these two concepts in one lesson, that is heredity and evolution. So now let us discuss in detail about this in our next slide. So let us discuss about the definition for this heredity. What is heredity then? The transfer of the characters traits from one parent to the from parent to their offsprings is called heredity. Got it children? So what is heredity? If anybody asks you the question, this is the answer you should say. Okay, so hereditary is not only to say, but you have to understand the concept better. So hereditary is the process. What happened here? Genetic characteristics are passed from one generation to the next generation. So the next is variation. So what is this variation then? The variation is nothing but the difference between the characters. Suppose we have our parents. So our parents have, we are not exactly like our parents. We have some changes we can observe in our body. Like that those changes are the differences between the characters or the traits among the individual of the same species are called variation. So, okay, you can try give an example here children. You can see, have a look at this butterfly. So you can see variety of butterflies, no? You love butterflies, right? So because they fly like anything and it has a beautiful colors. See here, there are beautiful different colors of butterflies. So it shows the way, this is called variation. So we have human beings. We are not exactly alike. We all belong to same species, but my friend look different, my the people from foreign countries, they look different. So everyone have different features, that is called variation. So even beetles, you can see the variation, the color variation you can see in the beetles. And also birds, also better example you can see children. This is different, even though it belong to same species, there is a slight variation in their color. And also the leaf, even though it belong to the same species, the variations in the shape, size, everything we can see here. And better example like in grapes. Okay, you all like grapes, no? Grape juice is very tasty, right? But have you ever observed different colors? So this is what we called as variation. I hope you got it. Let us discuss about the another other things in our next slide. And very important thing I wanted to tell you children at this point, please do subscribe my channel. Okay, let us discuss about the concept of evolution now. So we all know reproduction process, right? So when there's accumulation, the variation occur during reproduction. So we know that every organism reproduce. Am I right, children? The offspring show minor variation. So why does minor variation occur? Do you know why it is occur? Any guesses, children? Yes. Answer for this is because of DNA copying errors, or we can say it is due to inaccuracy in DNA copying. This is what we call as mutation. Okay. So these small changes can occur when a DNA is copied during cell division. So these variations are less. What I told you just now during reproduction. So the variation occur. So this variation, it is less in asexual reproduction. You know what is the difference between sexual and asexual reproduction? It is less in asexual reproduction and more in sexual reproduction. So some variations are very useful variation and they help the organisms to adjust to the changes in the environment. So the variations, it is really good for some species. So even though there is some variation in the environment, it will adjust to that. Some variants do not help the organisms to adjust to the change in the environment, and they may die and become extinct. So which is able to adjust, that will survive, which is not able to adjust, that will extinct. So this is what we call as accumulation of variation. Okay, children, let us discuss about the next concept in our next slide. Now let us discuss about the rules of inheritance of the characters, or we can say traits. This it was first discovered by Rigger John Mendel. So before that, let's discuss about this now. So the character, you know, the children is transferred through genes. Genes are very important to transfer the characters present in the DNA molecules in the chromosome. So you can see it. So gene which is present in the DNA molecules in the chromosome. So present in the nucleus of the cell. Where it is present, children? In the nucleus of the cell. So these inheritance of the character is due to the fact that both the father and mother both contribute equal amount of genetic material to the child. Am I right? From father, from mother, both of them will contribute to provide a genetic material to the child. So what happened? So each trait, there are two factors, one from the father and one from the mother. So Rieger John Mendel, he conducted an experiment with a garden pea plant and determined the rules for the inheritance of the trait. So he given some explanation. So I will explain you in the next slide. Okay, go through. Have you gone through this? Okay, gene is here. We have a DNA molecule and also chromosome. Inside the chromosome, we can see the presence of this gene. Inside the cell, we can see the presence of chromosome. Got it, children? So let us study about the Rigger John Mendel experiment to prove to understand about the characteristic features, okay, inheritance of the characters, how it is get transferred. Let us discuss about that. When a plant is having one pair of character, suppose he is taken an example here. One is tall plant, another one is short plant. Short plant is also called dwarf plant. Okay, children, is it clear? He made a cross between these two. So this course is called monohybrid cross. They may ask you in the examination what is monohybrid cross. They may ask you to explain. They may to write the checkerboard. That also they will tell you. Okay, what you have to understand better, then it is easy for you to learn. So what Mendel did? Mendel selected a plant plant. He selected a plant plant. So having one pair of character. One is tall pea plant and he selected another one is dwarf pea plant. You can see here parental generation. This is called parental generation. He selected one tall pea plant, one dwarf pea plant. It is tall is represented as capital T and dwarf is represented as small t small t. Is it clear? Is it clear now? Any doubt here? Okay. So later what happened? He made a cross pollination between this. Later he obtained all the tall plant in the first generation. When he made a cross between these two, the result what he obtained is all plants are tall. So okay, in the first generation, when the first generation plant, whatever the plant he got, no, in the first generation, in this first generation a cross poly sorry, in the obtained all the tan plants in the first generation, that generation is called F1 generation. Got it, children? So he obtained all the tall plant here. So what he did again, when the first generation plant were self-pollinated, again these plants that is self-pollinated, he obtained doll and dove plant in the ratio 3 is to 1. So it is this 3 is to 1 is called as phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic is nothing but we can see that features. So genetic features are called genotypic ratio. So in the second generation, this is F1 generation. Got it, children? In F2 generation, what happened? The ratio of pure tall plant hybrid. See how the calculation is done here. You have to write a board box like this. You have to make a column and vertical column and horizontal column here, and later we have to write capital T small t here, capital T small t here. So we have to multiply, cross multiply this to capital T, it will be capital T, capital T, again capital T small t, capital T small t, so again capital T small t, so the last again capital T, sorry, small t small t. So this was the ratio. So we can say this is the F2 generation. So you can see trait that is expressed in the F1 generation. F1 generation is called dominant trait, okay, which is expressed, which we can see. So that is dominant trait, and the trait that is suppressed, which is not visible. So in F1 is called recessive trait. You can see, children. So here one is capital T, another was small t. Even it has a feature, it is not expressed. It is expressed only tall character. So the ratio is homozygous, capital T, it is represented as homozygous tall, capital T small t, that is 2, heterozygous, you can see the 2 is capital T small t, right? So it is represented 2, and only 1 is 1, that is small t, dwarf. So the ratio of genotypic ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1, phenotypic ratio is 3 is to 1. So like this, when you made a cross, he obtained these features. So this is regarding how the characters which is obtained and how it is transferred. So here taken another example, that is purple flower and white flower. When he made a cross F1 generation, he obtained all the purple flower. So like that he made a round and wrinkle seeds in F1 generation. He will obtain this one. It is also in the 3 is to 1 ratio. So got it, children? So the few, one is round seeds he got. So another round seeds and also wrinkled seeds. So this regarding the monohybrid cross, which is explained by the Mindel. I hope you got it, children. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment, children. I'm ready to explain you. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, children. Till now, you studied about heredity and evolution concept, monohybrid class. Next class, what I'm going to explain, you must guess in my comment box, children. Then only I am ready to do that. Okay, please wait for my classes and please do watch my videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.